topics. God damn it. It's been some ish going on. So, what's her name? Kate, DaniLeigh, or whatever her name is.
Baby mom?
Huh?
You talking about the baby mom?
Yeah.
What about her?
Bro, she hit somebody with her G-Wagon and dragged them like 5 blocks.
Alright, I don't want to sound like an inconsiderate asshole on your live, but who cares? Keep it buck.
I mean, like a lot of people care. That's the only reason why I'm talking about it.
I get it.
It's her.
Don't get me wrong.
It's how she acted afterwards. She was so drunk. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh no, I seen the clip. Twitter got everything.
How do you spell her name, bro?
DaniLeigh.
DaniLeigh DUI footage. All right, chat. Look at this ish. She talking about some I'm a singer. You can't arrest me. I want the raw footage. I ain't trying to see nobody else talking about it.
You know what? You should. P. Diddy was a singer too. The fuck?
You feel me? Like what she thought was gonna happen.
You ain't got no cool, man.
Wait, a year ago.
You think that's the first time Danny fucked up?
Oh, she did this her second hair run?
That's what I said. Who the fuck cares? Because they ain't care the first 3
Hey, yeah. What? Yo, let me look at, cause I'm gonna find like the actual like article.
Mic check. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. Body. Where's the dang? Actual. What?
Wait. Time out. What are you streaming on?
I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube.
Nah, I got that part, but device.
My MacBook. It's like it's the best camera I own, honestly.
Oh, all right. Yeah, where the fuck you at? Y'all got great lighting. Where I'm at, it feels like we in a pool, cause like, the lighting outside ain't even like 110%.
Bro, Philly be cloudy, dog.
Bro, but look, it's cloudy, but from my view, it look like you outside California and some shit. Now, if you see my camera,
I mean, it's
North
Carolina. North Carolina's like it's not like Cali, but it's like you feel me? It's a pretty nice place, like weather-wise.
No, that's what I'm saying. If I look outside with my shit, that shit look like I'm in a ghetto. Which I am, but still.
Facts. He's like trying to look like it.
Just trying to figure everything out,
bro. Bad enough I live here. I don't want, show people I live here.
Type shit.
Hey, this looks good.
Let's see what TMZ got.
Did you hit a scooter?
I was just looking.
Alright.
This had a titties on the screen.
Yeah, open the door.
I'm in a baby.
I know. Come on. Get up. One more. Take him out.
It's how nonchalant she is. You dig what I'm saying?
Come on. Take everything out. Give me your phone.
I was looking at that you had titties on the screen, bro.
You said what?
I would. Okay, there you go.
No, I ain't had no titties on the screen.
It was titties on the screen. They was just blurred out.
Oh yeah, they blurred titties, so it's okay.
Your phone? No, see, we have. You know what? Let me just shut up. Let me stop.
He composed it. I can't.
Nope, we not gonna say what I was gonna say. We just gonna move forward.
Hey yo, what? See, the thing is, what's crazy about it to me is that like Quavo showed up. Hold
I
on.
know if somebody's dead.
Someone right now could be losing their life.
I know somebody will be dead.
Okay.
Type, you know.
Oh my
nobody-
God.
She dragged the young boy.
She talking about some. If I hit somebody, I know somebody will be dead. You know how drunk you gotta be? She killed the whole bottle.
No, it ain't even that. It's just like you basically admitted on camera if you hit somebody, you're gonna kill them.
Yeah, like you had to have been speeding. You had to have been driving recklessly. Cause like, what do you mean?
Bro, scroll down just a little bit. Like to a mugshot.
Oh, mugshot.
Yeah, no. Yeah, go up a little bit. You passed it.
This right here.
Yeah, the one under the titties. That one right there. Now, you can ask your chat, I don't know if they can hear me, but do that look like a motherfucking person that feels remorseful, sincere, anything about what she did? That bitch look like fucking Jack Nicholson's Joker, just put some paint on it.
Nah, not at all.
I ain't even gonna say Jack Nicholson. What's the crazy motherfucker that actually went crazy? That nigga.
Yo,
bro, look at
like,
the face. You can't tell me that's not the same face.
She like, yeah, I'm a bond out, cause she in this moment, like, cause when she taking her drug shot, she ain't no way, mug shot, ain't no way she's completely like sobered up already. You dig what I'm saying? Like she like hobbled off from this picture that we seeing. You dig? Unless this is a old picture from a different like hood, then that's different. But either way, that's a cold ass stare she got on her face, nigga.
That bitch crazy.
But the baby told us. The baby told us she was crazy.
Nigga, everybody said she was crazy. That's why she was by herself.
Shorty, Quavo was right there helping me out. DaniLeigh says after the officers look her up. Yeah, Quavo pulled us. So Quavo got a habit of punching penis in niggas' exes in the industry.
No, but it ain't even that. Here's my thing, right? I understand that. I mean, he fucked the homies. Homie Shorty, my bad. I ain't mean, put the smut on him like that. But, I mean, he be backdooring, right?
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, you knew this bitch was trifling, regardless of anything. However you take trifling is how you take it. I'm not going to explain my version of trifling, but the bitch is trifling.
Indeed.
Now, with that being said, I'm a singer. You cannot arrest me. What? Bitch, Michael Jackson ain't even say that when he got fucking rape charges on little boys. Like, I'm keeping it buck. Like, you ain't really got no motion. Like, so imagine somebody with some motion that actually said that shit. Right now, bitch, you Iggy Azalea. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You Iggy.
You Iggy is wild.
Bro, I'm keeping the buck. When the last time you heard Danny do something besides fucking the baby?
I don't really know her for much. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
she got some bops and shit, but like the last time she was in the news, she was fucking the baby.
Yeah, she get kicked. He'll try to get her kicked out the crib or some.
Right. Then the next time the bitch was in the news, she was fighting the baby. So, all right. So, that went from your last fucking, let's say, 5 years of transactions of relationships. With that being said, you was by yourself at the end of each of these relationships, and then you went on these bingers, and then, I mean, Diddy ain't in the house no more, so he can't sweep shit under the rug.
Type. Actually, Diddy got another lawsuit. but it's fake. We can. I really got. We really got to pull it all up and stuff. Well, actually, I'll pull it up.
Man.
I'll pull it up.
Hell with Diddy. That shit ain't making me no damn money.
So okay.
Bro. I was about to say they got a Diddy law. Like, shit.
Nah, so a self-proclaimed member of the Sinaloa drug cartel filed a lawsuit against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. And, okay, so, in essence, I already read into it a little bit. Like, he's suing for $666,000. And it's already been thrown out. Because, like, he was trying to sue Diddy for ruining his illegal drug business. So he sell weed, and at the federal level, weed is still illegal. So you can't sue somebody for defamation of an illegal business while you in jail.
It ain't even that. It's more so as in you had the audacity to say you are a member of one of like top 10 cartels in the world and say, "Diddy shut my damn pipeline down."
I'm saying, like. The logic ain't logicking. You dig what I'm saying?
I'm starting to think like I'm not saying society is stupid, but really, like, come on. You are a member of the fucking cartel. Why does it matter? Any other time the cartel does anything, any cartel, who the fuck are they telling? Who is the cartel telling? They ain't telling nobody because we all seen Breaking Bad. They get chopped up.
They get, man, like telling not even like the way Americans like view like snitching and telling that it's not even the same with them folk. You dig what I'm saying? Like even the police pulling up to your residence to ask you about something that happened that you wasn't even a part of is an issue. You dig what I'm saying? Like you like that's like that stain on your hands, and you gotta walk around with that stain that you was just talking to 12. You ain't even tell 12 nothing. You dig what I'm saying? Like it's a whole different ball game. So it's like,
but, no, my thing with that is, all right, when you in a cartel, nigga, the police pull up to the ranch, they not getting past the gate.
Oh no.
I don't care. I don't care if you know wherever this damn cartel at, they got the damn police in their pocket. I don't know which part of the police.
Yeah, nah. In Mexico,
one of them top niggas is at top. So as soon as you pull
Mexico
up to
is ran by the
crib,
cartel. Like in essence, like they literally put their people in positions of power with fear and money. You dig what I'm saying? Like in power, like chief of police, like ambassadors, like foreign counsel,
politicians.
You know what I'm saying? Like it goes really high up with them, and it's honestly like that for quite a few countries. Like you know, most government is corrupt. let's
Do you know what's really fun? Making a website on with.
Hey, where Harry?
Okay.
That the snipers first saw him 20 minutes before. That's more than a quarter in an NFL football game.
Yes.
You said what?
So, well, all right. So we gonna go to Trump now.
Yeah. I mean,
so,
they're live.
Are we talking about the actual shooting or?
So okay. I
had some insight.
In this present time, what they're doing is like a bunch of organizations are trying to save face because it's being presented to the American people as they failed in their duty somewhere. And somewhere there was a security failure that allowed this to happen, which is wild because we're in 2024 and the CIA, FBI, and the Secret Service were all there. You feel what I'm saying?
Fuck all that. Hold up. So, all right. So they said this is a breach, right?
Yeah.
Of national security. What happened to when I think what last year or the year before, all them niggas ran up Capitol Hill?
Right. That's a really
Nigga, that's
a really
treason.
good question. That's a really good question.
That's treason by all the motherfuckers that ran up to the White House and tried to steal some shit.
High treason. Oh, I don't know if it's high treason, but it's treason. It's definitely treason.
It's treason. You committed an act against your government.
Now, see, the thing is though, there were a lot of people that got some fairly harsh punishments though. You know, like there's a few white guys that got put in a hole for like months, like a little hole. And I'm not saying yeah, woo, that makes it that justifies anything or slates anything, but I will say there were some people getting some pretty harsh.
No, yeah, all right. So you telling me? If you and me was a part of that, you think we just getting in the hole, bro? Give it a buck.
No, we would have been shot on sight.
Nigga, we wasn't getting through the gate.
We ain't getting through the gate. Nah, not at all. Not even a little bit.
So they got through the gate. There was no security outside. When every time you see the White House, there's a tank out there. There's motherfucking security out the ass.
Man, try to watch your mouth just a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I forgot TikTok banned you for bull.
Yeah, no. Okay. I mean, I'm not live on TikTok right now. I'm just on YouTube at
YouTube is the same way, they pussies. Anyway. Man, look, this is why I'm a Twitch streamer. God damn it, I ain't got time to be censoring myself on some bull. But I'll oblige. You know what I mean? I'm on your platform. I got you. But
no, it's fine. You want to come on as like a permanent cause?
I mean, they done added this, you know what I mean, collaboration feature, knock who's there and shit, so why not?
So, but when I do that, I'd have to start the stream on the YouTube platform, and then that doesn't allow me to multi-stream.
Wait, what?
What I can do is though in the software, if you set your camera up and put your set your camera up in the Discord, I can just pull up the Discord. You feel what I'm saying? And like I can add it as a window on here. We gonna work out. We gonna do some test runs before we put it out there in the world. Yeah, for sure.
Damn. Now, back to this damn Trump thing. 1, 2 shooters. Both of them bitches was fucking 17.
Yeah. See, the thing about it is like a kid getting a shot. And the thing is, the gun he used, like it's an old. He didn't have a scope on it. It was just like a piece of glass. Okay. On the gun.
Hey, Nat. Hold up. I'll be right back. Continue talking to the gang. I gotta go handle something on my porch.
All right, for sure. We go actually tap into this Senate committee hearing real quick.
All right, I'll be back.
I'm about to twist up.
Time, and it's not only for protective, for protectees, but also the events and sites that we protect on a permanent or temporary basis. With respect to largely a lot of the people that come to our attention, and in the case of the assailant, to me, as I overlay him over top of, say, John Hinckley, who tried to shoot President Reagan, I see an individual based on the information that I have now, some of the great work that the FBI has done. We have an individual who's a loner. We have an individual who was focused on Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Hinckley traveled the 80 campaign, and we know that he followed President Carter. It just, on March of 81, he happened to show up in Washington, D.C., and he saw an opportunity to try to attack President Reagan. So when it comes to the Secret Service, and 1981 was a watershed moment for us. We have people that are, for whatever reason, fixated on carrying out an attack against the President of the United States or one of our protectees.
Spike Rush. Time to mix things up.
We don't do ads. Y'all need to help me get YouTube Red. Y'all gotta help me get YouTube Red. So
He was a loner. Obviously, he was researching. He had researched the Democratic National Convention. He had researched and Googled or used a search engine about the president, the former president. And so I think he had moved towards an idea that he was a challenge with the FBI or the intelligence community. I think what we always try to wrestle with is trying to line up and see people as they're starting to head down a pathway towards violence. And it's something that we have spent a lot of time and resources in with our National Threat Assessment Center to try to gain a better understanding so that we can help our agents in the field as they're doing these protective intelligence cases and these investigations to be able to make a determination, is somebody genuinely a threat, or do they need mental health, or do they need some other type of service?
Thank you. I appreciate that. My time's over. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Senator Cotton, you're recognized for your questions.
At the outset, I want to express, as many members have, as President Trump did, the admiration and respect for the bravery and skill of the officers who were on site that day, Secret Service officers, as well as all the local law enforcement. As it happened,
if I'm being honest, if I was Trump, if that was me, and I got shot in the ear, I would be pissed. I would be so angry. I'd be like, yo, what do you mean? Like, yo, it's y'all job. How the hell did I get shot? But like, it's like, I understand everybody's perspective. I understand how everybody can say, like, there's been snipers that have come out and said straight up that there's no way that somebody can plan a shot that perfect. You dig what I'm saying? Like, there's just no way, and especially not for some kid with that gun, with the little piece of glass on it. Like, and for Trump to know, it's like almost suicide, right? And it would be really, 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 really bad for something like that to go wrong. On the flip side of it, though, if you go down the rabbit hole, which I went down the rabbit hole a little bit, chat, and like based on like some buildings that are kind of like lined up and off in the distance, you can go and check back on me now. But based off some buildings being back off in the distance, it's like there's a high chance, not probability, but chance that I won't say that. There's a fair chance that kid was not the person that fired the shot that went through Donald Trump's ear. You dig what I'm saying? Somebody that's extra highly top secret classified trained. You know what I'm saying? Like not just one of the best, but like probably the best, you know what I'm saying? With the right choreography and such. Something like this is not impossible to plan. You know what I'm saying? It's not impossible. Unlikely, yes, but impossible, no. To say that it's impossible for them to fake shooting somebody in the ear would be crazy. Oh, it doesn't matter how many people were around or how many people got hurt. You dig what I'm saying? You can plan hurting somebody. America has done a lot worse things than what would be the situation if this was a, pre-planned thing, by Trump and parties. Now, can two things be true? Could it have been something planned that Trump didn't know about and literally happened to just move out of the way, and the powers that be actually tried to get him up out of there and they just actually missed, then like, that's that's a high, probability scenario there. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and it seems to be the general consensus amongst a lot of political personalities and conspiracy theorists alike is that, that kid was a part of it, yeah, but like the powers that be tried to take out Trump, and they missed because he moved. They didn't think he was gonna move. They thought it was a shot is a shot. A clear shot is a clear shot. You know what I mean? And a clear shot is only clear until your target moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, and with how far somebody had to have been away, like Trump was in that position that he was in for a little second, and that's what a lot of people kind of like they missed. Like he was like, before he turned his head, like his head was kind of like in the same general like position for a good almost 5 to 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So if a sniper that's farther away than where that kid was positioned had a clear shot, took it, it would have took a second, about another second and a half to connect. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, the shot was clear. You have a clear shot for about 2.5 ish seconds, something like that. I'm not sure 100% what it is. I'm not a sniper, but you're supposed to have a clear shot for a second. It's just like you dig what I'm saying? and that extra half second that it took to get to Trump is what he was using to move unknowingly, and sniper missed a clean shot. It's like, shit, went through his ear. You know what I mean? Like, there's a sniper. There's probably a sniper somewhere in some dark place that is like kicking himself because like he's like, man, I had the shot. He's like, I had the shot. It was so perfect. He just happened to do that random Trump Twitch move. Like he just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's. I mean, I don't know. It's of course there's always going to be questions. We need evidence and whatnot, but I feel like critical thinking gets us the farthest. Critical thinking gets us to where we want to be. You know what I'm saying? And everything I just said to you is just a culmination of thinking about the situation and seeing some evidence, and not evidence, but seeing the angles, and you know what I mean? Like, nah. It's like, yeah, that's an impossible shot, but somebody shot at him, and it wasn't that damn kid. You know what I mean? Well, I won't say the kid fired shots. I think the shots that the kid fired. If you want me to like actually kind of expose my conspiracy brain just a little bit, because like, you know what I mean, everybody thinks about it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I won't put too much rack in it, but I still think about it. Like, I think that there was a shooter meant to shoot Trump. Oh, no. 3 shooters, right? And we already know, because, I mean, one of the shooters I'm about to say is the people that shot the kid in the face. So he could be non-identifiable, right? The kid, his role was to cause the collateral damage. My heart goes out to the families for being, one of the media outlets that, is talking about it and relaying and shedding light on it and whatnot. My heart goes out to y'all. I feel like the kid was responsible for the collateral damage. There was another sniper responsible for shooting Trump, and then the last sniper was supposed to take out the kid immediately, which he did. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Am I cooking or am I chatting? Like let me know, chat. Like is that plausible? Like, is that something you would be able to entertain with more evidence to it? If there was any type of substantiating evidence to what I just said, I'm only saying it based off just my conspiracy brain looking at the whole situation. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it really looks like, in my heart of hearts, it really looks like to me the kid was responsible for the collateral damage. There was another shooter responsible, because it's like, come on, dog. Ain't no way he was even that accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was using his dad's old gun with not a scope, but just a red dot sight, which is just a piece of glass, and he was a pretty good distance away. And you mean to tell me he just barely missed? He just barely missed? Rather than you give him the order to shoot into the crowd as close to Trump as you can, which is a lot easier for somebody using that weaponry. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like he was responsible for the collateral damage, which didn't need to be direct. It just needed to be hits on people near Trump to make it look like he was just going crazy firing shots. And in the midst of it, Trump got hit in the face. No, there was a shooter already trained and aimed on Trump's face, a professional shooter, maybe. And then Secret Service knew immediately to take out the kid. As soon as Trump was hit, to take out the kid. As soon as Trump get hit, take out the kid. Because remember, shots were firing off before people like reacted. You did, like, it was a slow reaction. It was kind of awkward. You remember, like all the footage that we've seen from it is a little awkward. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like they make sure Trump gets hit, and then you take out the kid. Kid thinks he's just gonna get a payday. Kid thinks they're gonna they promised him they were gonna put him in super secret extra protection off in another country. He was gonna start a whole new life somewhere. They shot his face off. That's what I think happened. And I know that I'm gonna post this on TikTok and YouTube, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you're tweaking." Some people might agree with me, and I just hope that I'm protected if I'm right. Protect me if I'm right. You dig what I'm saying? But let's get back into this hearing a bit.
Maybe in the earlier briefings, but where you say, folks, you see somebody suspicious, you engage that suspicious person.
I don't disagree, Senator, and it goes back to my comments at the beginning of the hearing that we need to be very direct to our local law enforcement counterparts so that they understand exactly what their expectations.
I yield back. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Senator Tillis, you're recognized for your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Abate, Mr. Rowe, thank you for being here. Mr. Rowe, do you have a pic?
All right, so like I said, I like to be unbiased. So we're gonna check out Fox, and then we're gonna check out NBC. We're gonna watch both. You know what I'm saying? We dig into both sides. We see what everybody has to say. Granted, they're always going to push a narrative that feeds their values and morals more than anything else. So that's why we look at both sides, and we look at independent news, because we like to look at what everybody is saying and how they're saying it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I have a bird's eye view. That's why it's the bird's eye view show. You dig what I'm saying? I gotta do my hair. My hair look crazy.
During speech last night, President Biden, the protesting going on outside the DNC, he seems to have handed some credibility to those spewing the anti-Israel hate, though. Watch this.
Those protesters out in the street, they have a point. A lot of innocent people are being killed on both sides.
So Biden has said that over and over again. Fox News host Trey Gowdy says that the left's pandering to protesters is a gift to Republicans.
These protests may be the best thing Republicans have going for them. The more imagery you can show of people, go back to October the 7th. Killing women and butchering children, and you want to protest and reward that with a state? Good luck selling that to people in swing states.
In focus now, Mike Huckabee, former Republican governor of Arkansas, and he has run for president. It is great to see you today, Governor.
I mean, listen, these parties are always shooting themselves in the foot. That's what, I mean, like, but when they do it, they only shoot themselves in the foot in order to gain more ground in other territories because they feel like it's a sacrifice that is enough, like, it's a small enough compromise that they're not losing too much of their base, yet they can still, gather some of the younger audience. You know what I'm saying?
Let's start with the hate on full display and the anger toward Democrats, especially Kamala Harris, over Israel.
It's really hard to get your arms around the fact that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have done more to try to maybe massage this issue. And they've even said, as Joe Biden did last night, oh, these protesters have a point. What is that point? The point is that Hamas came across the Israeli border and they massacred, slaughtered viciously little babies, violently raped women in front of their families, and slaughtered over 1,200 people that were innocent civilians. What is the point? And the fact that a lot of people in Gaza have died is largely because Hamas hides all of their own weaponry among their innocent civilians. So this is something that could have been over from the beginning if Hamas had surrendered. It could.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing that they leave out. That Hamas, this aggression and anger sprung. I am not in any way advocating for either side or violence from either side against the other side. Everybody's wrong for being violent, okay? But I got to give full context now before you decide, before y'all, deciders decide on what side you want to support. Now, Hamas and this aggression stemmed out of the open air concentration camps that is Gaza. So like, if you oppress a people long enough, they're gonna rise up. And oftentimes there's no peace after oppression without bloodshed. Oftentimes there's not peace after oppression without bloodshed. Go through history. How many times have a people got themselves out of oppression through a vote? Not many times. It's not been many times. All right, I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not saying, like there's not other ways, but I mean, like, history does repeat itself, and I'm not saying this is okay, but this was a powder cake. This has been a powder cake for a while. So it's like, for this person that's on my screen to be saying, what's the reason why? Well, in reality, he knows the reason. He's just not supposed to be talking about it. He's not supposed to be, shedding light on that side of things. You dig what I'm saying? Because he's supposed to be getting as many people as he can to continue to support Israel. Right? And I'm not saying that like I don't like Israel or whatnot, but like I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of my country fighting and having so much to do with financially all these wars everywhere. I'm just as tired as the average American in that aspect. But I mean, you can't. It's hard to just ignore the plight of a people, right? And then on the same hand, it's also hard to ignore nasty and violent acts. You know what I mean? So it's like them being oppressed doesn't justify being overtly, extrally violent. Like a hospital is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Military installments. You know what? I can't even speak to that because I won't even speak to that because strategically, I don't know what's best for Hamas. Strategically, I don't know what's best for Israel. I just, all I can do is decipher what led up to where we're at and how we got here. You know what I mean? But I just like to give full context. But that's also why, like on the show, I like to go through both sides and show you where they're not giving you full context. You dig what I'm saying?
Be over today if Hamas would surrender, but they don't. And Joe Biden's ridiculous statement that they have a point, obviously Joe didn't have a point there.
Well, it seems like they don't really know what to do with the people outside. And there's some collision of ideas on how much they matter politically. Doug Schoen, who was part of the Clinton administration, not administration, but advisory inside the White House, was on with me yesterday and said they don't need that number of voters who are outside protesting. They can win without them. That's what he says about Democrats. So they're doing some calculus of how to deal with them. Meanwhile, they have signs that say to kill their own candidate. You'd think that they could speak up against that, but they don't. All right, let's get to this. President Biden took off very fast last night after he spoke. Just 12 hours ago, he hadn't even started yet. He was about to speak 12 hours ago at the DNC. And now he's 2 time zones away. And when he was in Chicago, Biden told reporters over and over, there's no bad blood over the push for him to drop out of the race for re-election.
Donald Trump claims that you were pushed out, put from the top of the ticket, and this amounts to a coup from your party. What do you make of those claims?
Stability is still present. It's been the honor of my lifetime to serve as your president. I love the job, but I love my country more. I love my country more. And all this talk about how I'm angry at all those people who said I should step down. That's not true.
I mean, like...
Well, this is...
I mean, just like a month ago, 2 months ago, I remember being on stream, like, talking about how this was Biden, like, it was Biden's ego that had him still in the race because he's clearly not able, but he keeps saying, I'm good, we're pushing through, gonna win this. And then he drops out and they hand us Kamala. We didn't choose Kamala. Kamala ran once, and she was like one of the first people to lose. We ain't even like get a chance to tell her no. Feel violated. I don't like it, you know? We were handed her. And it just feels planned. You know what I'm saying?
This is true. They delayed him over and over last night as they changed the schedule and added speakers at the DNC. Biden finally took the stage, and editorial columnists are writing this. Dems buried him at 11:30 p.m. in a final disgrace. Politico Playbook called it the Late Late Show and referred to Biden as a midnight cowboy. The New York Post cover with past his bedtime. Biden appeared emotional at times, and he stood in front of the Democratic Party basically cheering for the end of his political career, decades as a congressman, senator, vice president, and president. And more headlines now. Poor, unwanted Joe Biden. Biden basks in the applause from Democrats who dethroned him. Well, in that cheering audience, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Remember, she reportedly was instrumental in getting President Biden to quit the ticket. And she didn't exactly shy from rubbing salt in the wound.
It does seem like there's some residual bad blood or resentment, and I'm wondering if you've spoken to him and what your response is to that.
Sometimes you just have to take a punch for the children.
Have you talked to him? Is my only question.
What I have to do.
Right.
He made the decision for the country. My concern was not about the president, it was about his campaign.
Okay, I had not ever heard that. Was that like a knock at somehow people suffering with domestic abuse? Sometimes you have to take a punch for the children? Nancy Pelosi there. Jerry Baker writes in his new column, the ruthless...
Nah, she did say that. That's wild. Sometimes you gotta take a punch for the children. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, like... Yeah, it's like you have to like do extra to spin that any way other than domestic abuse. Jesus. Wow. Okay, let's see how NBC's talking.
And we have Steve Kornacki back now to dive into the all-important gender gap in the presidential race. So, Steve, take it away. What type of impact will the gender gap have in 2024?
Yeah, Kristen, big question. Two ways to look at it nationally. Look at it this way. In 2020, Trump won among men over Biden by 5 points. In the polling this summer, in the month before Joe Biden dropped out, a little before and after effect here, Trump was running 12 points, you see here, above Biden this summer in the polling. Okay, now Harris comes in a month ago, and the average of all the polls since Harris got in, now Trump's lead among men is down a bit from where it was with Biden, down from 12 to 7. But still, Trump leading among men. This is typically what we see with the gender gap. Men more Republican than women. Trump on average up 7 right now over Harris among men. Now among women, Biden won women by 13 in the 2020 election. In that month before the debate when Biden was still the candidate, he still led with women, down to 5 points. Harris has now switched in the month since, her lead among women up to 9 points. So what do you have? You have Trump on average right now leading men by 7, leading women by 9. That is a gender gap of 16 points. Now that's big, but that's not new. It was 18 points in 2020, for instance. So this is what we've come to expect nationally. So where is the question mark on the gender gap? It's here. It's at the state level. Here's a series of battleground states. This is all one pollster, the New York Times and Siena. These are all from last week. One set of polls.
See, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to pick apart his numbers too much without doing some back testing, but I'll say the way that NBC kind of pushes their narrative is through numbers. You feel what I'm saying? They just push the numbers that push their narrative. You dig what I'm saying? So when you're watching NBC News, you got to be careful of the statistics that they put out. While they may be true, they may be taken out of context or taken from a specific context that may be, different from what you're expecting it to be. You dig what I'm saying? So I always encourage people, if you watch NBC News, then you need to be looking at your own statistics that are important to your decision making yourself. You dig what I'm saying?
One poll.
These are just polling numbers he's talking about, but I'm talking about NBC News as a whole when they're talking about topics in general. They usually use more numbers to sway, rather where Fox uses more emotions to sway.
But check some of these out. Michigan, Trump by 20 among men, Harris 28 among women. That is a gender gap in this poll of 48 points. Wisconsin, Trump 17, Harris 24, 41 points. Georgia, Trump 20, Harris 10, women, 30-point gender gap. Now, cautionary notes, as we say, it's one pollster. There can be statistical noise here. Just look at Pennsylvania. Barely a gender gap at all in the same state from New York Times, Siena. These numbers can bounce around, but this is the thing to look for. Is something happening in the states, in some of the battleground states, that's not necessarily happening nationally? Are there state-specific effects? They get ads. They get campaign activity. They get things happening in swing states that don't happen in a lot of the rest of the states. Maybe that's affecting the gender gap. Abortion politics. It's settled at the state level now. Are there abortion politics in some of these states that are affecting the gender gap in a way it is not happening elsewhere? Those are the questions raised by this. Of course, as we say, one poll, so we need to see more. But this is the thing to look for. Do we keep seeing state-specific gender gaps of anything approaching that scale? Because if we do, it's new, it's different, and it's hugely significant, Kristen.
Wow. All right. Steve Kornacki, you certainly did put a fine point on it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the end.
All right. Yeah, that was just I mean, like that was to be expected, though. I mean, like you got a woman who has a really good chance of winning the presidency. It's not like when we had Clinton on the ticket. This is much more serious. You know what I mean? So, Sky News Australia.
Good evening and welcome to a program devoted entirely to.
This is gonna be some more on the unbiased side of media, because this isn't American media. You know what I mean? This is people looking in on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
He's losing
from the
it.
outside, looking at the inside from the outside.
Let's start, lefties, with this almighty group meltdown on CNN because Nancy Mace allegedly mispronounced Queen Kamala's name. Watch this demented carry-on.
And Kamala Harris, if I were
Kamala. You said
I
we don't call you
say
Nancy
anything that I
Mace.
want.
It's
Come on,
Kamala.
it's
You're
Kamala.
doing this on purpose, Congresswoman.
That's
Disrespectful.
If
You can't expect people to
if
respect
a
your
man
service
put on
if
a
you don't
skirt
respect
and walked that
hers.
stage 25 years ago, she
You're a
would have
white
said
woman
it. She would have
disrespecting a
taken
black
that
woman. That is
achievement away from
problematic.
women.
Mr.
That's
Dyson,
let me get in here because I want to.
Did you hear that? He said, you're a white woman disrespecting a black woman. Why? By calling her the name everyone has called her for years, decades. How long was she in public life before we were told
CNN can be very, 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 very divisive. Can be.
that her name should be pronounced differently? And can someone alert the poor woman as disrespecting?
Dyson, let me get in here because I want to.
Did you hear that? He said, you're a white woman.
That's just 5 years ago. She
You're
would
a
have
white
said
woman
it. She would have
disrespecting a
taken
black
that
woman. That is
achievement away from
problematic.
women.
Mr.
That's
Dyson,
let me get in here because I want to.
He said that is
by calling her the
problematic.
name everyone we were told
That's
that her
divisive.
name should be pronounced.
That's divisive. I mean, like, you're a person disrespecting a person. You should just say you're disrespecting her by calling her a different name if that's how you feel. Saying white and black is stupid. First of all, I don't accept Kamala like that in that way in that realm because she didn't push a I'm black, I'm for black people narrative until now. I mean, and she doesn't even really push that at all. I mean, like, when asked what she'll do for black people, she answers with, and I mean, and it's generally a good statement, but like she says, what I'll do for black people is what I'll be doing for everybody. So I'm going to be doing for everybody, and doing for everybody is going to be helping black people, right? That's how she usually responds to those kinds of questions. Now, that's not problematic at face value because, of course, the president should be worried about everybody. The issue for the black community is the fact that there have been, like, all presidents do things that traditionally benefit more white people than black people. And whatever you want to attribute that to, that's the truth. So what a lot of the black community is looking for is not another dang government handout, but a president that's black, or it's not even specifically a president, but a leader that's black and understands the plight of the majority of the community, but also understands the realm of finance and politics and moving around in that realm the right way. You know what I mean? So, like, Kamala just doesn't feel that balance. You know what I mean? That's really all it is. She doesn't feel that balance due to her her history. You know what I mean? And you know, that's just what it is.
Pronounced differently. And can someone alert the president? Because he's still pronouncing it this way.
And Kamala are here today to make a major announcement on their efforts to lower.
But back to the mass meltdown on CNN. Look at the reprehensible way they treat a lone conservative woman, a woman who carries the trauma of being a rape victim and who showed far more grace than I'd be capable of facing this barrage of lunacy.
When you disrespect Kamala Harris by saying you will call her whatever you want, I know you don't intend it to be that way. That's the history and legacy of white disregard for the humanity of black people.
Oh, so now you're calling me racist.
I didn't say. I just said.
Coon. Coon alert. That's a coon, y'all. That is what I call a grade A felony coon. Because again I say, why do you want to bring this decisiveness to the table? First of all, she don't even claim, like, she's not unapologetically black. She's never been unapologetically black. You dig what I'm saying? She's a person of color, yes. I mean, I'm not gonna say she's not a person of color, but like, there's a difference, and I think y'all understand the difference that you know we're talking about. Her pronouncing her name, like, dog, my name is Drip. Do you know how many people in my regular everyday life have to just call me the letter D because they don't want to call me Drip? Dog, it's whatever. It's not. I mean, like, that's. It's not that deep, and you know, this coon here decides that in this moment I want to be divisive, and that's not cool. You know, that's not cool.
Yes, that is complete.
You don't have to intend racism to accomplish
you are intending that I am
Your disrespect
racist,
of Kamala
and
Harris
that is
part and parcel of a tradition of disrespect.
It's offensive,
Congresswoman,
and it's
why can't you just?
offensive.
I'm not calling you a racist.
No,
I'm saying what the practice is
you
racist.
are. You absolutely are.
Let me introduce. That's a Democrat coon. That's a Democrat coon. That right there is a Democrat coon.
Let me get in here.
No, what's disgusting is your disrespect of her.
Professor, she doesn't know what a woman is. And if 25 years ago,
white women don't have the ability to tell black women who paid the price of blood to make this country what it is, to tell them they're not real women.
25 years ago.
They care for your babies.
25.
Just a hysteria and hyperbole there. There's much more of that lefty losing at madness, but I won't subject you to it because this next bit is even better. Remember Don Lemon? Before CNN sacked him, he's back doing vox pops and being laughed at by the good folk in Jersey and Atlantic City. First, he tries to shame Trump backers by suggesting they're sexist.
Who do you support?
Trump. I plead the fifth. Trump for the win.
Tell me why.
I can't really call that right now, but I just feel like she's not good for president. She's good vice, but not for the actual lead role for the country.
Does it have anything to do with being a woman?
No. No, because I feel like women, nah, you're not going to give me that.
Your money's on here. Who do you want? Trump.
Why don't you like her?
She don't have any experience.
She's the vice president. She's a senator.
Yeah, no experience. No.
It doesn't get any better when Don talks to women.
Well, I want Donald Trump. I just feel we need somebody that has a stronger background with the military and the world in general.
She was a prosecutor and an attorney general and a senator and a vice president.
Is it there to learn what voters think or to lecture them about why Harris is better? This next interaction is frankly bonkers.
4 years ago, it was a lot better. I made a lot more money than I do now.
I know you feel that way, but that's not actually what the record shows. The economy is actually better under Biden. No, I'm serious. That's what the facts show.
Okay, you know what?
No.
Imagine telling a grown man he's wrong about being better off 4 years ago because Don's figures say so. No wonder they laugh.
And that right there is a grade A felony example of what I was saying just a little earlier in the stream about how the left side likes to use numbers to push their narrative. You dig what I'm saying? The right is gonna use emotion. The left side likes to not fudge the numbers, but they show you the numbers that they want you to see. Look at this. Look at this right here. Clear as day. Clear as day.
This next interaction is frankly bonkers.
4 years ago, it was a lot better. I made a lot more money than I do now.
I know you feel that way, but that's not actually what the record shows.
He said, I know you feel that way. What do you mean? What do you mean you feel that way? No, he said he was making more money at a different time than this time now. Whatever factors play into that, I mean, you can't tell the man he not better off. You dig what I'm saying? Like that. And now, granted, who this man is, where he is, his age, that all that plays into it for sure. Because some people were experiencing, there were some. Put in the comments if you were, but there were some people they were experiencing increased amounts of their average income. You know what I mean? Of course, there's always going to be fluctuations, but some people experience increases. But for the most part, like what I see, at least what I've seen in comments and media, for the most part, people are like, man, I'm making less money with the Democrats. You dig what I'm saying? Like, but they'll put all these numbers in your face. It's like, no, but like employment's up, and like, dog, just because more people are getting hired doesn't mean that we're making more, that the people that have been hired are making more money. That just means there's more people. I'm pretty sure if there's more people working, that means there's more people tapping into the current money supply, which means there's more people grabbing out of the current money supply, which means it will be less money to go around. In essence, right? No? See or no? Let me know in the comments.
The economy is actually better under Biden. No, I'm serious. That's what the facts show.
Okay, you know what?
No.
Imagine telling a grown man he's wrong about being better off 4 years ago because Don's figures say so. No wonder they laughed in his face. That sort of form will see Don Lemon elevated to the lefty losing it Hall of Fame. And here's one last clip from his time in New Jersey.
Trump or Harris?
Trump. That's who's going to win.
That's who's going to win.
Who you support?
I support Trump. All the people that came to this country legally, it's not fair that they're letting all 10,000 to 15,000 people or 20,000 people here illegally. Did you know Biden was flying them in? Did you know Biden was flying them in?
I got to get out of Atlantic City. Where are we going to next?
Now watch this totally authentic interaction between...
Flying them in is crazy. Chat, flying them in is crazy.
Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. They won't do any interviews, but they will provide content like this. Here, Tim worries that his white guy tacos, his words, not mine, he worries that his white guy tacos won't be spicy enough for Kamala.
Like I have white guy tacos and
what is that, like mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
Pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
Here's the deal. No, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota,
I'm the first vice president, I believe, who's...
What is this? What am I watching? You can't make this up. You can't make this up. It's not. It might be a simulation, y'all. Bro. The left does like to capitalize off like weird random stereotypes. Like when they're pandering to the black community, they're always gonna try to capitalize off some random stereotype. I mean, like, yeah, it's true. White people suck at seasoning their food, but there's some good white cooks, man. There's some good white cooks, man. Like I know traditionally they don't do that great, but I know some. Man, I know some white folk that'll get down in the kitchen on my mama. But in Minnesota, I guess not. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know. If you're from Minnesota, let me know in the comments. Is that really like real deal Holyfield? Is that the top of y'all spice rack? Like top tier is pepper? Like let me know.
Ever grown chili peppers.
I'm trying to expand my food knowledge.
Oh dear. Now here is the real Kamala in the days before every word was carefully scripted. Now I've heard her say some crazy things, but surely she would never snatch a patent.
I will snatch their patent so that we will take over. And yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. It's the question is, do you have the will to do it? I have the will to do it.
Listen, before she says something else, in essence, what Kamala was talking about, before that skews your opinion, what she was talking about, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, let me know if I'm tripping. I'm pretty sure she was talking about lowering the prices for like certain snatching patents so she could lower the prices for certain goods for consumers, right? The thing is, while that sounds like a good thing, yeah, let's snatch the patent so we can lower the price for consumers. Yeah, consumers, vote for me for that. But wait, hold on. You're setting a precedent. So all these consumers you're talking to, they might want to become entrepreneurs. You feel me? And one day, a precedent, if they vote for you, off of that, then they might be voting for you off a precedent that'll go against their entrepreneurship later on. Because then if that is something that she does and is able to do, then that sets, like I said, a precedent going forward for presidents to be able to just, snatch ish up, and that's not cool. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that tool is not something that you should put in the hands of a president. Snatching patents, no, and I need to look it up, but I'm not sure if that's happened before already. If it has, let me know when, and I'll look it up. But yeah, nah. If you think her snatching a patent from a company, I don't care what company we're talking about, is remotely okay, you're tripping, because setting that precedent for it to be okay in the future is not okay. It is not okay. All right, let's keep going.
The Will people, watch out, how very communist of her. Now, back to CNN, and yes, they are among the Democrats' most enthusiastic propaganda outlets. Here they are telling the American people to forget about the high prices, the illegal immigration crisis, crime. Just feel the joy. There's so much joy.
Brian, go ahead. I think Trump world's jealous of the joy right now. There's so much anger coming from Trump's speeches. Joy is real and it's important. People can make fun of it and say focus on the policy. But if you ask political scientists and psychology professors, they'll tell you the emotions matter in politics. Yes. Sometimes they matter a lot more than the policies. And that's, I think, the big story this week.
Yes, Brian. If you ask political scientists and psychology professors, they'll tell you emotions matter. The Nazis knew that too. They love the joy message. Theirs was strength through joy. And their propaganda arms were just as enthusiastic about gaslighting the nation. And talking about gaslighting.
She did not just compare them to the Nazis. It's a fair comparison. It is. It is. If you're a Democrat, I think you can see that. I mean, he said it. He just said it. Oy vey.
The nation. Here is our own national broadcaster, the taxpayer-funded outlet that receives more than $1 billion of Australian taxpayer money every single year. And just watch and marvel at this completely fair, balanced, and not at all hysterical rant from one of the ABC's highest-paid journalists.
But Donald Trump poisoned American politics in a new way. He's clearly taken America to a dark place. Do you also hold him responsible for the dark place that he took your family to with the terrible attack on your husband in your home?
Yep, that was Sarah Ferguson last week interviewing former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. The Trump derangement syndrome remains off the charts of the ABC, and Ferguson and her overpaid underworked team seem to...
I ain't gonna lie, it seems like, I mean, I know the video is titled "Lefties Losing It," right? I mean, the Republicans just haven't been as vocal, so I don't want to accuse Australia of being like right-centered. It's like Australia's pretty left, right? Hold on. I was under the impression that like Australia was pretty left as far as like. All right, so. Okay, Australia's pretty diverse. They got left and right parties, but their left-leaning party is actually in control of they're in control at the federal level right now. The Australian Labor Party. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I can't say that that Sky News Australia represents all of Australia per se, but I as an outsider looking in, you know, you would say that, I mean, at least if their system is, you know, working how it's supposed to work, then, you know, the side that's in control is supposed to be the majority side. You know what I mean? So I can not confidently but conservatively say that Australia is more of a left-leaning place right now, and they're tearing apart the lefts in America right now. So that, and all that's to my point of saying that this isn't, what we're seeing isn't biased. I just wanted to see if this was biased. You know what I mean? Right here. I just want to see what kind of political views may have been coming in to, you know, the people that wrote this script out and her doing this.
They've learned nothing from their previous failures. Remember the 3-part series we were treated to on the Trump-Russian collusion hoax? Yeah. They've learned nothing. Though Kamala refuses to do an interview, she did, for just a minute, answer a question without the benefit of an auto cue, and it did not go well. Here she is asked about how she plans to pay for these policies she's announcing. See if you can work out the phrase her advisors have clearly drilled into her head.
In terms of the tax credits, we know that there's a great return on that investment. And when we increase home ownership in America, what that means in terms of increasing the tax base.
Say that again, Kamala.
In terms of the tax credits, we know that there's a great return on that investment. And when we increase home ownership in America, what that means in terms of increasing the tax base, not to mention property tax base, what that does to fund schools, again, return on investment. I think it's a mistake for any person who talks about public policy to not critically evaluate how you measure the return on investment.
Real thing. Ahead.
Ownership in America.
See, okay. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Yo, so this right here is a Democrat pandering to the right everyday person. Because she's trying to get, she's here, she hears us. She hears us screaming about, shorty, what you gonna do about this economy? We don't wanna be broke. Now, the lowest class been saying it the whole time. They've been saying it since the beginning of time. But she's hearing the plight more from the lower middle class. And slightly more from the upper lower class. But segmenting that is kind of doing too much. From the lower middle and middle class that are investing. Because everybody's investing. You understand? So that they're drilling that into her rhetoric. You're gonna get a return on investment. Don't worry, your ROI gonna be great. You're gonna get a return on investment. Don't worry, we're gonna get a return on. But see, when you're talking about an ROI about something with so many factors, you can't just talk like you gotta understand we're talking about getting a return on investment. What kind of ROI? Like, what percent? What time frame? Yeah, like just saying that the return on investment's gonna be great is like, bro, that's tactics from like Wall Street when they were like pen and paper with it. You dig what I'm saying? Like that's you got to come harder than that. You got to come harder than that, Kamala.
What that means in terms of increasing the tax base, not to mention property tax base, what that does to fund schools. Again, return on investment. I think it's a mistake for any...
You already don't... See, the thing is, you already have a very big amount of tax revenue that you do not segment to schools. So let's not, we're going to do so much for schools. You can do... You could have been done a lot for schools. But we've been sending it overseas.
Person who talks about public policy to not critically evaluate how you measure the return on investment.
Yeah, you're not talking about any return on it. Like you're talking. You just keep saying return on investment, return on investment, return on investment, and like you ain't even attempted to put out like a percentage in any of the categories that you're talking about returning investments on raised, bro. Somebody have Kamala go through one of my classes, bro. Like,
on investment. In the full clip, she said it 4 times in about 40 seconds. It's like a kid cramming for an exam. Just keep repeating it until it sinks in. And the Democrats' National Convention has started and shops are boarded up, police are out in force. But the real lunacy is inside the venue. The Democrats have announced on their official Dem Convention TikTok page that these content creators will be present.
Jeffrey Marsh, Brian Bias,
DaniLeigh,
and I have some exciting news.
For the first time ever, the Democratic National Convention is credentialing content creators.
And guess what? I'm one of them.
In August, I'll be in
Chicago covering the convention
inside the United Center
and all over the city.
Oh, some familiar faces there. Let's have a look at a couple of these select podcasters, content creators the Democrats are promoting in their clip. This is Jeffrey Marsh. I'm sure you'll remember him.
Hi, love. Here are 3 ways to disrespect your elders. So if you're dealing with a narcissistic parent or a bullying boss at work, you need to 1, play innocent. Take it from someone who knows. They will only come after you when you are powerful. When you are triggering them and upsetting them, it is because of your power. And that's when they want to stop you. Is J.K. Rowling part of a global hate group? The United Nations said yes. What do taxidermists do for work? Stuff.
I don't even understand that last one. Taxidermy, what's he suggesting there? Out of the tens of thousands of content creators, that's who they want to have at the DNC. And I saw in that clip this duo.
The kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, who has got to be the most sexist, white supremacist I have ever seen in my life. I forget that this type of person exists everywhere. And this is evangelical Christianity. What he said is so disrespectful to such a large portion of women. And it's so dismissive. I hope that he is canceled to hell and back. And I feel so sorry that his wife has to sleep with him.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in Chicago because I don't know how I'd cope with this sort of gaslighting. This next rant is pure chutzpah, pure projection where you accuse your opponents of doing something you yourself are guilty of.
Donald Trump would be able to weaponize the Department of Justice to go after his political opponents. He could even turn the FBI into his own personal police force. That is not how it works in America.
Who gonna tell her, guys? Who gonna tell her? Didn't they just weaponize the DOJ? Now, granted, I'm not saying that Trump is innocent because, like, he did it, but did the DOJ not get weaponized against him? Because if he wasn't running for president, nobody would have ever known. Correct or incorrect? Am I cooking or am I... Nah. No say, no. Let's get back to it.
How it works in dictatorships.
Wow.
Facts.
That is
I mean, like,
weapon grade chutzpah right there. And also at the convention, there are celebrities there and has-beens like Mark Hamill. Here he is at a DNC welcome party.
Force is strong with these delegates. And my message to MAGA, go force yourself, all right? Get out of here.
Well, that's a charming message for around half the country, Mark. Now, let's have a look at some of the charming lefties who are causing mayhem in Chicago. Here they yell racist abuse and get in the face of police officers trying to do their job.
I'm a white woman in between and then another white dude right there. That's how we do it. White power. That's my show you. Get your gas in DC. Shame on you, kid. Our government's fucking shame on you, kid. Your face is up, kid. You look up, kid. I hate you. Go home. Get a real job. God, you're
See, it's like I don't understand that, like, doing all that, cause, like, buddy, it seems like these cops here are attempting to let y'all protest peacefully. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, why try to antagonize them? You dig what I'm saying? Like that's another, like, that is another human being up under all that uniform and whatnot. You dig what I'm saying? He not even, like, this person that was just in that man's face, he not even looking you in your eyes. He don't want no smoke. You don't want no smoke, bro. He don't want zero problems. Look at him. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this, it's like, listen, I get it. I like right now things are a little shaky between. But you not even like what? Like what? I don't even. Come on, bro. You doing too much.
You are so pathetic. Get a job.
And I hope you have nightmares about the people in Chicago.
So there you have a woman telling a cop she hopes he has nightmares while what looks like a dude pretending to be a woman in a keffiyeh don't try that in Gaza, tells the police officer to get a real job and calls him pathetic and a bunch of other stuff I can't repeat here.
It looked like Buddy was trying to leave and y'all was in his way. He was like, bro, I'm not even clocked on no more, dog. I just got the uniform still. He's like, I know you hate me, but I'm not even on the clock no more. I'm trying to leave. Can you move? Can you move? Can you move? Buddy just wanted to go home, yo. Buddy just wanted to go home, dog.
That's lefties losing it. You might remember the Republican National Convention started with a prayer for Israel and the hostages. The DNC, the Democrats' National Convention, began with a land acknowledgement, and we also had this.
My name in the Ojibwe language is Gigi Wewadam Ukwe, or in English, speaks with a clear and loud voice woman. I'm a member of the White Earth Nation, and my family is the Wolf Clan. And the role of our clan is to ensure that we never leave anyone behind. That's why I am supporting Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to be the next president and vice president of the United States. My family is the Wolf Clan. I'm a member of the White Earth Nation, and my family...
Of the what? I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. Established when? Okay. White Earth Reservation was established by a Treaty of Washington in 1867. The reservation was intended as a home for all Ojibwe. I don't want to say it wrong. Ojibwe bands in Minnesota, but the history of the reservation is marked by struggles over land, identity, and sovereignty, including effects of the allotment acts of land and loss. Governance, the culture of White Earth Nation is deeply rooted in Anishinaabe culture and traditions. Language, revitalization, culture, education, and preservation of traditional practices are key priorities for the tribe. So the White Earth Nation is an influential member of the Minnesota Chippewa tribe. A consortium of 6 Ojibwe bands in Minnesota plays a significant role in advocating for indigenous rights and sovereignty in the region. Seems just like they're just people that are just indigenous. They're around the population around 20,000. Since they date back to like 1867, I guess they just that's Minnesota. She diehard Minnesota. She ain't just like her peoples ain't moved there, ain't lived there for a while. That's like Minnesota. That's the mountain folk. That's the mountain folk.
Family is the Wolf Clan, and the role of our clan is to ensure that we never leave anyone behind. That's why I am supporting Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to be the next president and vice president of the United States.
That was Peggy Flanagan, the Minnesota Lieutenant Governor. And the DNC lunacy has really kicked into gear. We've even got NBA coach Steve Kerr, take a knee Kerr. He was there and he had a message for Donald Trump.
In the words of the great Steph Curry, we can tell Donald Trump, night-night.
No. The Warriors coach had a lot more to say than just that. He spoke about why he was there, making a fool of himself, why he backs the Democrats. He explained what he looks for in a leader.
I believe that leaders must display dignity. I believe that leaders must tell the truth.
Got it. Dignity and truth. Let's get a dose of that with the leader that Steve Kerr backs right now, Joe Biden, who spoke sometime after Kerr. He was way past his bedtime, and it was a manic, incoherent rant. He told women they had no electrical or electoral power. Try to figure this out.
Women are not without electrical, not allowed, not without electoral or political power. No kidding.
No kidding. But let's just get back to that dignity thing Steve Kerr was talking about. Dignity and truth. And here we see that sort of a glorious dignity of Biden repeating verifiable lies to sow racial division. And in doing so, he even invoked the name of his dead son. It's not very dignified in my book.
And chanting the same exact anti-Semitic bile that was heard in Germany in the early 30s. Neo-Nazis, white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan. When the president was asked what he thought had happened, Donald Trump said, and I quote, "There are very fine people on both sides. My God." That's what he said. That is what he said and what he meant. That's when I realized, had listened to the admonition of my dead son, I could not stay in the sidelines. So I ran.
So dignified, so truthful, so full of joy. That demented diatribe was, of course, devoid of fact. We told you that years ago. It's all on video. The fine people hoax is just that. Trump did condemn the neo-Nazis and racists unequivocally.
And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly.
And yet, years later, the Democrats from Joe Biden down continue to push that dangerous, divisive lie, even after President Trump was almost assassinated. It's beyond despicable.
That's crazy. He specifically said, not them and not them. Not them and not them. I ain't talking about them, y'all. But them folks that was in there that's not them and not them, you can't be treating them like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, them and them, not them. You feel what I'm saying? But you feel, but they gonna keep telling you that he don't. You feel me? What I'm saying? Like, woo wop bang. Oh, what up, homie? I'm actually finna hop off after I finish this.
No, go ahead.
This
Yeah,
little hood
finish your
here.
speech.
Type shit.
But Steve Kerr thinks it's dignified and full of truth and unity. Now, old Joe also seemed confused because he credited himself and particularly Kamala for reopening schools during the pandemic.
During the pandemic, Kamala and I helped states and cities get their schools back open.
Kamala helped get the schools back open? Really? Do the Democrats think we have forgotten they ran attack ads against Donald Trump for wanting to reopen schools? Remember this?
Desperate to reopen schools because he thinks it will save his re-election.
We have to open the schools.
Critical shortage of PPE.
Threatening their funding.
When they don't open their schools, we're not going to fund them.
Ignoring how the virus spreads, risking teachers and parents' lives, going against the advice of experts.
It's had very little impact on young people.
Trump was 100% right there. The virus had very little impact on young, healthy kids, and schools should have never been closed. And that was only one of the many.
And while that's still widely debated, I will say, just being like from the on the ground level, like I don't think it should have been as closed as it was for young kids, because like there's been like a little developmental gap because of it. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people that did terrible in school during that time because they had to go to school at home and shit like that. it was a quick, you know what I'm saying, transition. So granted, there's a lot of ramifications of, you know, going to school, not going to school. We're not going to dive into all of that. I will say, though, I feel like America did maybe take a misstep in that realm. Where, I can't specify, but I feel like there was a misstep in that realm.
Many verifiable lies uttered on the DNC stage by Biden and others. Indeed, the whole thing seemed to be less about Kamala
Let
and
me remind you that Australia. I went and did a deep dive to see where Australia is politically today, and you know, I can't say for certain what the biases is of this exact network, but Australia as a whole is more left leaning, right? So let's not. I'm not trying to, you know, see this as, on face value, as them just attacking the left because they're right. They're attacking the left because the left is acting kind of crazy. You dig what I'm saying? Because Australia is more left leaning at the moment because the left leaning party is federally in control, and that's the only reason why I say that.
and the Democrats' vision, and really all about Trump.
Trump? Donald Trump?
Donald Trump!
Donald Trump? Donald Trump?
Donald Trump!
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump?
Donald Trump! Donald Trump!
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump?
Donald Trump.
Trump! Trump!
Who in the hell does he think he is? Who does he think he is?
Indeed, there was very little said.
And they did, like, I'm pretty sure she's probably about to show you, but they really wasn't talking about Biden very much at the Republican National Convention. Like, I know he was mentioned like maybe one or two, maybe three times, but hopefully she'll give some context.
At the DNC about the big issues facing the country. Throughout the day, there was only 3 mentions of inflation, only 8 of the border,
she doesn't go
6
to the other side.
mentions of crime, but more than 140 mentions of Donald Trump. They seem a tad obsessed. Let's have a look at some of the insanity on the streets of Chicago from anti-American lefties. Watch here as a lone man tries to stop the American flag being set alight as masked maniacs scream in his face.
Free, Not on glory! Not on glory! There we go! Yeah! Hey! The American flag! They did! Idiot! It's our country! It's our country!
See, like I get why this guy doesn't want to see the American flag burned. I understand why you don't want to see the American flag burned. Just go home, dog. Just go home, dog. Listen, these folks doing what they feel is necessary, man. Like, it's deeper issues that you don't even have enough time to really actually dissect and go into with that guy. The only thing you have time to do is argue and be emotional about it. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like if they've gotten to the point of going outside and burning flags, you're not finna talk to them about this. They don't want to talk. They had their chance to talk. They talked about it before they came outside to go set that flag on fire. You dig what I'm saying? Go home. Go back to you most likely got a wife. You look like you got a wife and kids. Go and an F-150. But go on about your business, dog. Like, you have a flag that's perfectly fine and in your possession at home. Go, salute to it or something. Like, yeah, do you know what I'm saying? It's like engaging in this is more divisive and detrimental to what you want to accomplish, because what this man really wants is, I mean, of course he doesn't want to see the flag burnt, but in essence he doesn't want to see any of this. You feel me? Like he's just like he would rather be walking down and it's peace. If you want that, don't be another character of division by engaging in this right here. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you'd be better suited going on, a platform or going to talk to some, level-minded young people that aren't already engaging in something about this, about why it's not, in good taste. You dig what I'm saying? That's just stupid.
Burn it down! Burn it down! No, you guys are the enemy. Don't burn the...
They did
dig
burn
what
the
I'm saying?
flag.
Like-
They don't just hate Trump and conservatives. They hate Israel. They hate America. They hate Western civilization. But at least they're open about their far-left lunacy. Inside a DNC, they're trying to pretend they're just like the rest of the country. They're even playing country music. But the only thing that really unites these people is a hatred of their political opponents. Watch as this trans activist is given the mic to announce the New Jersey delegates are backing Kamala, but instead he goes on some pronoun-announcing anti-Trump rant instead.
My name is Dr. Joey Perella, pronouns she, her, hers. I'm a proud resident of the Garden State. I'm proud to stand with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz because they stand with the LGBTQ community. It's time to turn the page on Trump. Thank you.
Dude, you had one job. It wasn't that. Now, let's look at the sort of projection and hypocrisy that the DNC provides, and it'll take your breath away. Let's start with former First Lady Michelle Obama. Talking about the Republicans being against children. But really, she's talking here about Republicans being against children who are being transitioned with dangerous, irreversible treatments.
Demonizing our children for being who they are and loving who they love. Look, that doesn't make anybody's life better.
And here Michelle talks about how bad greed is, how you should be suspicious of those who want more than their share.
Children.
But thanks to Daily Wire for
Wait,
reminding
what
of those
did
who
you
want
say?
more
Hold
about how
Doesn't make for being who they are and loving who they love. Look.
We're talking about our children, Michelle. Loving who they love. They love their parents and their cousins and their sister and brother. Like, what do you mean who they love? Michelle, we're talking about our children. Nerd, am I tweaking?
That sentence goes a long way, gang. That shit goes a long way, because she could be saying the kids, you know what I mean, they love what they love. All right, so just inadvertently, fucking some kid meet a bad person, you tell me they love that person?
You said
just because they did. So let's just say your kid, you know what I mean, watch their cousin do a murder. You know what I mean? Now they popping, they a rapper. Now you think, all right, so they love them now?
Yeah, I'm saying, I mean, like, but that's not the but you know that's not the narrative she's pushing.
Absolutely.
And
she's spinning the pedophile narrative, but
yeah,
you know,
I'm not with. That's like, you are Michelle Obama, dog, and you just said, let our children love who they love. The word children. Right, you didn't say let our teenagers. You didn't say let our teenagers love who they love. You didn't say let our 20-somethings love who they love. You didn't even say let our tweens love who they love. You said let our children. That's a hefty word to me. Child. When you say child, like, immediately something pops into everybody's head when you say child, and it's very short. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's short as hell.
The crazy. Why do you think they call child pedophile?
Man.
That doesn't make it for being who they are.
Irreversible treatments.
Demonizing our children for being who they are and loving who they love. Look, that doesn't make anybody's life better.
And here Michelle talks about how bad greed is.
That you and your husband worked for what, 8 years? We're gonna call a spade a spade. You gonna say, all right, we should do this, but bitch, you was in cahoots with them for 8 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the narrative, like, I mean, when you and your man was in the office, y'all was spending what the fuck y'all was spending. I'm gonna keep it a buck. When that motherfucker,
they got us here. The Obamas got us here. I mean, like, I'm fairly sure the
No.
Obamas legalized it.
Yeah, that's what it was. They legalized it. Then they put old ass Joe in there and let the Mexicans come back and shit.
And like I'm not against like, and I don't want chat to get me wrong, get me twisted. Like I'm not against gay marriage or nothing like that, but I'm against pushing pedophilia on our children. Like I'm against pushing any type of like, because when you push any type of sexual anything on children, it's pedophilia. That's bad. You dig what I'm saying? So like we're talking about.
All right, so let's talk about Diddy's daughter coming out talking about he took my virginity. I thought you was fucking grown ass men.
What?
Yeah, it was my scroll past. My sister showed me this shit earlier. One of Diddy's daughter talking about he took my virginity. She put it was like a fucking 2-page fucking script about it.
Oh man. They need to go ahead and just put Diddy in jail. Cause they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop till it's just too much. Like same way it was with Bill. It's just too much.
No, you can't put them in the same category. Bill was drugging grown ass women.
Yeah, you're right. But it's like it's still like. It's still
it's wrong. Yeah,
sinister,
we gonna still call it fucked up, but
yeah, I just mean like in the sequence of like events of like, you know what I mean, like how stuff, like how everything has come to light and how it's most likely gonna conclude. You feel me? Is very similar. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right. And some people say that like it might be a setup, but it's like at the same time, I'm pretty sure these niggas did some nasty stuff.
But my whole thing is all right. So in order for the setup to work, there has to be a bigger plan. Who's the bigger fish?
True. I don't feel like I feel like if the fish is big enough, we won't know for a while. I mean, like. I gotta get a lot more money before I know that information. You dig what I'm saying?
All right, so so you ain't gotta do that. You just gotta put the clues in order. You gotta remember before.
Nah, you just gotta be in a different tax bracket.
No, it ain't even that. You just gotta look at the evidence, bro. Before they was coming at Diddy, who the fuck they was chasing? Epstein and all his homies.
Oh yeah. But they don't want to open that can of worms. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Cause the top of that can of worms is like, yeah, of course. Yeah. No, it's all sleight of hand. It's all sleight of hand.
It ain't sleight of hand. It's the same fucking can. You just change the face. You just put a different picture on.
Yeah, but when you change the face like that, it's like you give it an out.
All right, that's like calling Aunt Jemima Pearl Jam Miller Company. It's the same shit, bro.
Yeah. I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. But when you put it out and you spin it a certain way in the media, you can get the mass to leave it alone for a little while, and then it die out, and then over time it become kind of far off, a little conspiracy. You dig what I'm saying? They use the same game plan with this.
All right, so why does the military have a fucking $3 billion film budget?
I don't know, dog. That's a funny ass question. Why does the military have a $3 billion film budget, yo? What are you filming outside of like a couple of commercials?
You ain't. All right, the commercial, that's the same commercial from fucking 1945, bro. They just changed the color.
I'm saying, like, really, that ain't nothing. Like, you can really do that with a drone and pay a nigga, like, $500 to do it, and then another, like, $2,000 to edit it, and you cool. It's like, it's not really, they commercials don't even be all that.
That's what I'm saying. It don't show shit. It be like, yo, join the Army, join the Navy, join the Marines, join the Air Force. That's it. And then that's the end of the
And
commercial.
it's like it's not like they have to go get the equipment or anything. It's their equipment.
It'll be the Army dude in the tank, the Air Force in the plane, the Navy on the boat, and the fucking Marines in the fucking about to jump in the water.
It's like it's their shit.
I'm like, you fucking serious?
Dead ass. But that film budget, makes it so they can, make some things happen that look real, that, you know what I mean, ain't real. But it's in your face. They got the budget in your face. It's just most regular everyday people don't look into stuff like that, So all the context isn't put together. But that's why we do the show, the Bird's Eye View Show.
But all right, I'm gonna end it on this. Remember Independence Day?
Yeah.
All right, so you remember the Jewish dad that was talking to the smart ass son?
Yeah.
So you think they spend $40,000 on a hammer, $30,000 on a toilet seat?
No.
That's what I'm saying. But this is what and on public record, public record bills are what they are. You can look up certain bills.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. That's easy. That's easy fudge for them, nigga. Shit.
But that's what I'm saying. So
you the government. Just tell them not to ask no questions.
You said it was $40,000 for this toilet seat. I ain't seen nobody advertise a $40,000 toilet seat. What the fuck you gonna do with a $40,000 toilet seat? Like, you got a bidet, you got seat warmers. What the fuck? That bitch gonna turn into a car for 40 G's a better?
A car, and then like sprout wings and fly, nigga. What the fuck you talking about, nigga?
That shit better take me to the fucking most serene place on earth to take a shit for 40 G's.
Take a shit. Bro,
like
what?
That,
it better make me a gourmet meal afterwards.
Nope, I don't want nothing that touch my food. What?
Nah, I mean, like, if it's $40,000, you can do a lot with $40,000.
Yeah, but you gotta think about that. You took a shit on that motherfucker. Now he about to make you a gourmet steak sandwich.
I'm talking. I mean, like if you got like a whole setup, a whole shitting setup. You feel what I'm saying? And the shit just go into the plumbing. Yeah, that's just gone.
No. See,
especially if it's a bidet. What?
No, bro.
What?
No, that shit hands.
What?
Shit, you got shit hands making your food, bro. That's wrong.
No, bro. It's not like the shit hands making my food. That's
just
crazy.
wiped your ass and it made you a steak sandwich. Think about that.
Nah, you putting it too close together, dog. It's a big ass contraption. That's what I'm like imagining.
No, but you gotta understand. At the end of the day, it's still a $40,000 toilet.
Exactly. That shit better be able to do a lot away from shitting. Like outside of shitting, that shit better be like what? What?
It ain't doing nothing but shitting, bro.
Shitting me. Then it ain't worth $40,000.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. That's what the government said. This toilet cost 40.
They lied.
I know they lied.
Oh God.
That's what the old heads said at Independence Day. Like, yo, that nigga, they capping. That's why they got all this shit.
What's the
I hate to say
time on this song?
But
241. Oh,
I'm gonna end it on this. The motherfucker said, the old dude, he was the old Jewish dude. All the Jews know because they in cahoots. I'm not making it a race thing, but Jews in power. Hitler wanted to kill the Jews for some reason. White people want to kill black people for some reason. Now I know white people's reason. They don't like us. They feel they're inferior, which, you know what I mean, and we're gonna call a spade, but you know what I mean, to each his own. So when a motherfucker feel as though it's better than them and they feel threatened that they're about to lose, they'll either, you know what I mean, spew some hatred or get you the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Now Now, this is the fucked up part. They'll do both. They'll spew the hatred so bad that your folks will get you out of there. They ain't even gotta touch you. They're like, oh yeah, he's a bad person. Boom, get him. Fuck him.
Yeah, and see, like like outside influences have fed into narratives that cause division within communities so often that it's like now it's to the point where a lot of people believe that it's a division that we created amongst ourselves when that's just purely not true. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But we finna get up out of here, chat. We just crossed over the 240 mark. That's the goal I plan on hitting for each one of these episodes. We gonna get coordinated and whatnot and see what's to having a permanent co-host here on the show. Chat. W's in the chat for having Nerd on. Appreciate you, Sly, and giving some wisdom to the chat box.
Hey man, I throw in what I can. You know what I mean? I don't know much. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just all my opinion. Most of it, some of it is fact. I do some research, but yeah, I mean, y'all just gotta figure out what part of it is true. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta decide that for yourself.
And I feel like that'll help feed the content that I do in essence, because I try to be so unbiased. You feel what I'm saying? It can be a little hard for the show to kind of get some of that bounce back. You feel what I'm saying? So like anytime you have an opinion, since I am unbiased, I can always play a little bit of devil's advocate. You dig what I'm saying? So that's able to add like another layer to what this show can bring to the table for the viewers and whatnot. So appreciate you, homie. Chat,
Indeed.
y'all be good. If you enjoyed the stream, then you feel me, like, subscribe. Yeah, and if you're watching the replay,
subscribe, follow, and make sure y'all drop some what you call them shits? Suggestions in my man network. Inbox. And whatever y'all want to hear us talk about, you know what I mean? Or y'all want to see us do some shit, y'all gotta remember two things. He's in one place, I'm in one place. So it's just gonna be all on camera.
Facts. But you let us know in the comments, and we gonna get to it. Like I'm not one of the people that just be like ignoring the comments. Like we see it, we gonna get to it. We gonna talk about it. We gonna yop it up. All right. I love y'all. Make sure you're kind to somebody. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.